Hello. So this video, I am recording the video just to help you catch up and recap what we did yesterday, Wednesday, the 29th of October, with groups in 1B2, with my groups 120, 121. So if you will allow me, as usual, I will share my screen. Okay, so as usual, here, and according to the lesson plan, usually you know that during the second session, what we usually do is focus on skills. So as usual, we started with the listening practice. That sort of exam-like tasks that we have to do. So with my group 120, we did the second part, extreme snowboarding, which is a fill in the gaps exercise with different sentences in which you have to fill in some gaps with one word or phrase. But as you know, the issue in this kind of exercise is that you can't expect to hear the sentence literally in the listening. Okay, so you have to interpret what you understand and then fill in the gap in such a way that it suits the context and it's grammatically and lexically correct. With my group 121, we did part 4, which is a multiple choice similar to part 1, but in this case, it's not 8 different situations or conversations, but there is one person speaking all the time. It's a kind of interview. So there is an interviewer and then the person speaking about their experience or his or her experience. It's a lady we're talking about. She's a music teacher and she speaks about her experience and answers the question or the questions which the interviewer asks her. I suggest, well, you can do it at home all the same. You know, you have the links. Here you have the link to the interactive activities online. Here you have the PDF. Here you also have the audio. Here you have a barcode with which you can download the audio. But the good thing about the PDF, which I think you also have access to in the interactive activities, is that at the very end, you have access to the script. And it's very interesting to read the script because you find lots of idiomatic expressions that appear in the listening. And you can see that some of the things that we do here, most of them, all of them, appear in conversational English. And no better, you won't find a better example other than the one we have with the listenings, for example, especially in parts 2 and 4, which are the ones we did this week, because people talk in a natural way in every part really, but here we have a long enough speech done by the same speaker in which they express themselves in a natural way, so you can see how native speakers speak in a natural way. After that, after the listening, we went back to what I meant to start last during the first session, which is the writing, focus on writing. And we did the building up an essay. So what I did is to explain the structure and how you have to start with the introduction, then only the topic sentences, the conclusion, and then link the topic sentences with the blue connectors because they allow you to give cohesion to the whole text. After that, you complete the writing with the fillers, which are nothing else than examples or statistics or things to illustrate what the topic sentence says. So if you have to manipulate the number of words, let's say, or the writing, because you have written or you have used more words than the ones that you have been requested to use, then you can manipulate the fillers, but never the topic sentences. Obviously, always doing your transfers well. I mean, constructing correct sentences from the point of view from the point of view of both lexis and grammar. And then we started doing an activity in class, which is this is the same. I mean, you have an introduction and a conclusion, and then the topic sentences of two different paragraphs, but in the body. But the topic is different: advantages and disadvantages of social media. But then we did an activity in class. We started doing the activity in class, which is I gave them these transfers. So we started doing one by one, one by one. And then after doing it, we saw the different alternatives that students had. And I tried to give them my feedback about how the correction or the degree of correction that they had in their sentence. And the second activity, the second task that I meant to do was to allocate each of these sentences to one of the parts that we spoke about before. I mean, to the introduction, is it the general statement or the rhetorical question? Body, paragraph 1, paragraph 2, the topic sentence or the filler, or finally the conclusion, the summary or the personal opinion. And after that, my intention is that we put them all in order once they have been constructed in English, and then that will make up the whole writing on the topic, this topic, which is the advantages and disadvantages of social media. And then after that, I will set a task for you to do at home much more freely. But we couldn't go beyond than the second sentence. I think I did sentence in one of the groups. I did the first sentence, but I can't remember. I think with my group 120, we did the first and the second, and with my group 121, only the first, I think. So we will continue the next day because I would like to set the task very soon. And then you know that I never set a deadline, a very strict deadline for you to meet. You can hand it in anytime you like. But I would like to set the task now, and I need to explain, I mean, to make this clear, because the building up of an essay plays a crucial role when it comes to understanding how my writing, how I can give cohesion, coherence, and a very good structure to my writings. So hopefully we will finish this during our next session next week. I hope you find this useful, and thank you for listening, and see you next week. Enjoy the weekend.